Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Puddles, and this is episode 15 of my encounter building series. Today we're going to talk about describing action. Talking about what your creatures are doing, what your players are doing in the moment, narrating what it looks like, so that you get visual. Instead of just, you get hit for 3 damage, mark it on your character sheet. Stuff like that. I know there are other videos out there about this. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a video on this because there are other things out there that other people have made. But if I'm making a comprehensive list of things you can do to make your combat better, this is one of them. So may as well chuck it on the list. And I'm also going to give you an example of good description and okay description because, you know, I'm not the best at it, but the more we do it, the better we get. So let's just jump in, shall we? Now, when I'm talking about narrating or describing the action, it's literally, instead of saying the creature hits you, take 3 damage, you say the creature attacks you with its sword and slashes you across the arm, take 3 damage. That's the difference. Now, you don't have to be Matt Mercer, who's like a genius about creatively describing things that are happening in combat. You don't have to do that. You just have to do a little bit of you know, creative thinking and talking, and it'll make your combats way more interesting. So, why should we narrate our combats? First, it is way more interesting. It is, yeah, it's just more interesting. That's the first and most important thing about it. The second is you get more of a visual of what is happening in the combat, and it gets your players involved. So if they are describing a cool thing or maneuver that their character is doing, it gets them more involved in the fight and more interested in the fight. It's super creative. It makes you think about what different actions these creatures could be doing instead of just the same monotonous thing over and over. And it helps you think on your feet, which I think is a very important thing for Dungeon Masters to become good at. To think of different ways that creatures are attacking or doing their actions is, yeah, it helps you. It just makes your brain quicker because your brain is a muscle and you can train it, you know? You just practice this stuff. So there are many different ways that you can narrate or describe the actions in your game. So you could have yourself, the DM, narrate everything. They describe everything that's going on and the players are like visually watching in their minds, their imaginations. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. It puts a lot of onus on the DM, and you're the one who has to do this. But it does speed up combat. It does. You control the pace and the flow when you do it that way, and that is probably good for newer players as well because then they only have to focus on their mechanical stuff, their actions, and then you can describe it for them. And then if they like kill the final boss, you can ask them how they kill it, things like that. That's probably the way I do most of my games. I like it that way. Every now and then I'll ask a player to describe how they do something or describe what their spell looks like, things like that. I think that's good to do, but I like to keep the pace of my combat a little bit more controlled, a little bit faster. So sometimes if your players are each trying to think of the cool move that their players are doing, or sorry, their characters are doing, it might just slow down the combat a little bit. There is also the other way of you as a DM describing what the creatures are doing, and then your players describe obviously what I just said. This is good, but some players don't want to do that. Some players just want to get in there and do the nitty-gritty, like, my attack roll meets your AC, so I hit. Like, some players don't want to describe their actions, and that's fine. Like, that's what you're there for to do as a DM. But some players will love that. And if you take the road of describing everything or describing most of the things, the players that want to describe what their characters are doing are just gonna do it. They're gonna roll, and then before they tell you whether they hit or miss, they're going to be, oh yeah, so I bring my big sword up and I swing it down and hit him. Or, you know, I do a backflip onto his shoulders and stab him in the back. Things like that. Like, the players that want to do that and enjoy that are just going to naturally do that. But if you give them a little inspiration and a little push in that direction, then it might build from there. So those are the reasons why. These are some different ways to do it. Let's just show you an example of a combat with no attacks at all. Also, I've picked like this super like one-sided boring combat just to show you the difference, because other things can make your combat more interesting, so I just want it to be the most dullest kind of a combat I could think of. So let's just say these two players at the front get their action first, and then the hobgoblins go, and then these three at the back get their go. Okay, so this is my example of not narrating. Okay, DM says to Grognak, Grognak, what would you like to do? Grognak moves over, I attack this hobgoblin. Okay, Grognak, attack twice because you are level 5. He attacks with his great axe twice. Okay, good work, Grognak. You hit both times, roll for damage. Alright, you do 10 points of damage, and then you do another 26 points of damage. Okay, he's dead. Alright, Bentley, what do you want to do, man? Man, I suppose I will I'll Guiding Bolt this guy at level 3, because I have 2 of those spells. Okay, cool. Do it. 16 hits. That was at level 3, wasn't it? Yep. Cool. So you do 20 points of damage. This guy's dead. Alright, the goblins, hobgoblins, they're all going to surround you, Grognak. They're all going to attack. Yeah, let's just attack you with these guys. Oh, I can do it here. So 1, except that's not set up, so that's lovely. Alright, you get 5 attacks, Grognak. Okay, so your AC is... What's your AC, Grognak? 18. You miss, hit. So you take 11 total. Cool. You're now at 61 hit points. Cool. All of the other ones are just going to shoot at you guys with their bows. Alright, what do we got? 3 on you, Zora. Alright. 22, 12, 18. Okay. You 18 and a 22 hit. Perfect. You take 11 damage. 1, 2, 3 on you, Bentley. You have pretty low armor, I believe. So all 3 of those hit. So you take 6, 17 points of damage. Okay, who else we got? We got Aranis. 3 on you. All 3 of those hit as well. So you take 8, take 13 damage. Alright, and then Thalin, you take 5 damage because the first 2 miss. Sweet. Thalin, what would you like to do? I'm going to shoot a fireball over here, right in the middle, to kill all these dudes. Okay, they have to make saving throws. Good work. Save, 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 save. Yeah, half of them fail. Half of them are dead. Okay, and the other half are, you know, pretty burnt. Okay, what do you want to do, Aranis? I'm going to shoot this guy with my bow. Oh no, I'm going to shoot this guy because I want sneak attack. Okay, shoot him. Cool, level 6, whatever. So you only get 1 attack because you're a rogue. You got a +1 longbow, cool. 15, does that hit? Nah man, you missed, sorry. Zora, what would you like to do? I'm going to cast, like a cantrip or something. Produce flame. Let's do that. Okay. You don't have produce flame. Okay. I'm gonna attack with my breath weapon. Okay, they don't save. They're dead. Okay, so, as you can see, obviously I'm using a monotone. I just naturally did that as well. That wasn't forced. That was just how I would say it if I was doing it like that. Okay, so let's just reset everything up and just describe it. I don't have to be crazy creative with my descriptions to make it more interesting than what was just happening. I can try my best, but you know, I don't need to be Matt Mercer level of combat descriptions for it to be good, you know? And the more I do it, the more I get better at it. Alright, so let's try that again. This time, I'm going to describe what's happening a little bit better. Alright, Grognak, what would you like to do? I'm going to go over and attack this guy here. Okay, you charge over, grabbing your great axe from your back, swinging it violently in his direction. Roll for attack. Doop. A 19 is a hit. Alright, roll for damage. Boom. You bring the axe down over your head, swinging it deep into his shoulder. You see blood pouring out of the wound. And it's just enough to kill him. It goes through into his spine, and he just collapses. You have another attack. What would you like to do? I attack this guy. Alright, so we'll just say that he hits. This time, you use all your force to pull the axe out of the neck of the first one, and the back of your axe smashes into the head of the one next to him. It's almost by accident that you cave in his skull, and he dies. Bentley, what would you like to do? I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on this guy. Okay, so say he hits. You see a divine, glowing, magical energy emanate from your holy symbol, and it shoots forward with glitter and sparkles and hits this guy in the chest. His eyes go bright as this light engulfs him, and where there was sitting this hobgoblin is now a charred remains of a black skeleton, and he is dead. Okay, the hobgoblins, seeing this, are terrified, but they know they must fight for their master. They charge forward, 5 of them surrounding you, Grognak, all with their longswords drawn, ready to chop your head off. They all swing at you. You use your axe to deflect 2 or 3 of the attacks, but 2 come through. You take 12 points of damage. You feel the pain as the blood is running down your leg. And the rest draw their arrows and shoot at you. Bentley, you are dexterous and dodge out of the way. Theolin, you take 1 to the chest. Aranis, you cop the brunt of it as 3 arrows, 2 in your belly and 1 in your shoulder, almost bring you down. Yeah, things like that. You know, I don't think I need to continue too much. Hopefully that was a good enough example of how better it is, I suppose. It's hard to tell whether it is actually helpful without watching this video, but I'll do that, and if it's not good, I won't upload it. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.